Hello, Yumbinganons! Have you ever observed that there are several issues spreading on social media, yet some of those issues aren't true? Aha! I think we have a deeper discussion when it comes to this situation. But let me ask you, do you consider yourself as media information literate? Or you're just one of the victims? Therefore, ask yourself, am I literate?
According to a recent Pulse Asia survey, 86% of Filipino adults, or roughly 9 out of 10, believe that the spread of fake news is a problem in the nation.
In this video, you'll be learning the 3 major tips for avoiding fake news. Number 1, evaluate. Use criteria to evaluate a source. But the question is, how to fact check like a pro?
The GRAAP test is taught in libraries as a way to assess websites, and these standards are helpful for assessing news as well. When determining whether or not a source is trustworthy and reputable enough to include in your academic research paper, the test presents a list of questions to ask yourself.
C stands for currency. Is the data information up to date?
On Facebook, it happens frequently that you will click on a story and discover that the date was from a few months or years ago, yet your friends are behaving indignantly as if it is currently happening.
R for relevance. Is your data pertinent to your study requirements?
This criterion may be more relevant if you actively seek for information as opposed to just happening upon it.
A stands for authority.
Who is the news author, publisher, or sponsor?
It must be examined. A for accuracy. Is there proof to back up the information?
The author cites reliable sources, right? Is the information able to be verified elsewhere?
P stands for purpose. What is the goal behind this news?
To frighten, to issue a summons, to instruct, to offer. You can learn more about bias from this.
Step number 2. Get news from news sources. It might sound apparent, but one of the simplest methods to avoid the fake news trap in the first place.
For news, you should only access reputable news websites. Simply said, if something is popular on Facebook, you should be sure to acquire your news from reliable sources.
The last and the final step, the step 3, distinguish opinion from fact. Intelligent information interpretation requires the ability to distinguish fact and opinion.
As social media users, it is our responsibility to investigate and comprehend what we read so that we can decide what to trust and what viewpoints to take into account.
We are now in this generation where it is easy for us to access media and information dissemination. Just like this milk tea, all you have to do is the ingredients needed in order for you to achieve the delicious taste. And to prevent fake news, you have to remember the 3 steps. First, to evaluate. Second, get news from news sources. And third is to distinguish opinion from fact. Be wise and be media and information literate. This is Sense, and I hope you've learned something from me today. Bye-bye!